Look at Bishr Hafi rahmatullahi alayhi. Bishr Hafi rahmatullahi alayhi, who was from amongst the awliyaullah, but before he became from amongst the awliyaullah, Bishr Hafi rahmatullahi alayhi used to drink by day and he used to drink by night. He used to take alcohol. And he himself says, you know what, one night I had too much to drink. And he was walking and roaming in the streets, when all of a sudden he came across a piece of paper. In that state, he saw a piece of paper, and he picked this paper up. It had the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala written on it. And he thought to himself, you know what, this paper is dirty. He wiped the piece of paper, he cleaned it, and he put it inside his pocket out of respect for the name of Allah. And he says, you know what, at that time the only thing I possessed was 2 dirhams. This was my, earnings. I did not possess anything more than 2 dirhams. So the thought crossed my mind, let me go to a perfume seller, an itar seller, and I will buy the best perfume to perfume this piece of paper which had the name of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala written on it. So he went to a perfume seller. He purchased the best perfume that he could buy with 2 dirhams. And Bishr Hafi, he perfumed this piece of paper. He went home, and out of respect for the name of Allah, he put it on a high place. He says, I went to sleep that night, and I saw a dream that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala was saying to me, oh Bishr, we will elevate your name in the dunya as well as the akhirah, just like you took care of my name in the dunya. You took care of my name in the dunya, I will take care of your name in the dunya as well as the akhirah. I will elevate it just like you elevated my name. I will elevate it in the dunya and I will elevate in the akhirah. And indeed Allah elevated his name. He became such. After this he turned to Allah and he became such that he would walk barefooted. This is why he was called Bishr Hafi. Hafi in Arabic means barefooted. Wherever he would walk barefooted. Allah raised his rank so high that wherever he would walk, if there was dirt or filth on the way, before he placed his foot there, the earth would open up and swallow the filth. And the night he died, he was seen in a dream. Somebody saw him in a dream and Allah was saying, oh Bishr, the day I took your soul, there was no one more dear to me than you. Look at where he was. Where he was. Drinking from day and night. And look at that, one deed. He picked a piece of paper up which had the name of Allah. He cleaned, he perfumed, he gave it respect. This was so great in the eyes of Allah that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala overlooked all the wrongs that he did.
My dear brothers and sisters, my dear fathers and mothers, each and every one of us is looking for the formula of happiness. We all want to be happy. Nobody gets up one day and says, let me take the formula of depression. I've spent countless years happy, I need a change. Nobody says that. Everybody wants happiness. And if we look at those who spoke about happiness, we find that some of them said that happiness was in the attainment of financial standing or material well-being. And some of them said happiness was in the attainment of many children, for example. Some of them said happiness was in having a handsome or pretty spouse. But if we really research those who got what they wanted and thought was happiness, we find that they never really attained the formula of happiness. They might have attained a portion of what gains happiness, but in terms of attaining happiness and its formula in its totality, then they did not most definitely attain it, and they would testify to this themselves. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala in His book, given that Islam is a complete way of life and has taught us everything good and warned us against everything bad, has indeed taught us the formula of happiness. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says,
من عمل صالحا من ذكر أو أنثى وهو مؤمن فلنحيينه حياة طيبة ولنجزينهم أجرهم بأحسن ما كانوا يعملون.
La ilaha illallah. Listen to this. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, for the one who does good deeds from both the males and the females, and they are believers, فَلَنُحْيِيَنَّهُ حَيَاةً طَيِّبَةً. Then for them, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will give a resilient life, a happy life, a fulfilling life. And the prize of living a life full of good deeds is not restricted to happiness in this world, rather it follows on into that which is known as the perpetual life. May Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala make us from amongst those happy both in this world as well as the hereafter. Ameen. So this here, O servants of Allah, is the formula of happiness.